So, everyone, after reviewing your questions, there was one that came up just now. We're going to answer it live. It's regarding a cultural consideration. The awareness, for example, in the Hispanic Latino culture of a padrino or a madrina, a godmother or a godfather, to support the belief that they will take over the needs of their of parents and families, loved ones, should the parent pass. Now, can you confirm, Victor, that this does not hold up in court, or is this taken into consideration?
Yes, unfortunately not. Madrina and padrinos, godmothers, godparents, they do not have a priority when it comes to being appointed to take care of your children. Uh, Generally, the best way to ensure that your children are being protected, if you want it to be madrina and padrino, um, I would say put it in writing, put it in a guardianship designation. Um, Sign it off, keep that in your documents. Because what you would hate to happen is that if Madrina and Padrino were the only ones that were available and they were not listed and they have no type of relationship with them, right? Um, what ends up happening is that child gets picked up by Child Protective Services, and they're in foster care for X amount of time. And yes, maybe potentially the family madrina and padrino can go and petition the court to get appointed and have to show evidence why they would want to be appointed. But there is nothing that says that they automatically get it. The only way to establish that they would automatically get it is to put it in writing. Put it in writing, make those designations, and ensure that that's the way it's going to be.
Well said, because yeah, if it's not in writing, any stranger for that matter can want to take over the care, quote unquote, of your child. And what if it's immediate family, Victor? What if it's
Immediate
the
family
sister,
has,
the
sorry,
aunt of the child?
immediate family has probably an easier time in court, right? But that means that your child or your loved one is already in the hands of Child Protective Services potentially. And that in itself is probably very traumatic for a child, right? Mom and dad are gone and they're in child protective services, right? Some random strangers caring for them in the way that mom and dad would not take care of them, right? So um even if you want your sibling, aunt, uncle, mom, dad to take care of your child, I'd say put it in writing. Do the guardianship designation, ensure that they're on there, and you ensure that your child never goes into the hands of a stranger and is always going to the hands of somebody that cares for them.
That's a really key point. Even if there is someone of the bloodline out there that would be happy to support um, the children, time is against him or her because they're still going to go into the government system, right?
Yeah, yeah, and that's probably the hardest part, right? That you don't want them to go into that. Maybe the Child Protective Service, you're working on a maybe, right? And that's probably the hardest part of all this, that you don't want to maybe. You want to for sure.
Mm.
Like I'm gone and my children are for sure going with their madrina, their padrino, their aunt, their uncle, their grandma, their grandpa. You want that to be a for sure thing, that if you're not available for X reason, there's somebody that you know, somebody that you trust, that they are being taken care of by.